All right, you saw a picture there of your leader, which is Sarasota Crew. They're in lane 4. It looks to me like second place as they come through 750 is the boat in lane 2 from Oregon Rowing Unlimited. Let me set the whole field for you. You see a lot of them in the picture here. Furthest from this camera shot would be Vero Beach in lane 1, Oregon Rowing Unlimited in lane 2, Whalen Weston in lane 3, Sarasota Crew in lane 4. In lane 5 is TriStar. Lane 6 is Pacific. Lane 7 is White Marsh. And in lane 8, which would be closest to the beach coming down, is Miami Beach. As we saw that, again, overhead shot of what's going on in the Sarasota Crew boat. And in fact, I was a little wrong there. I didn't see Vero Beach. Vero Beach may be slightly ahead there of the boat from Oregon Rowing Unlimited for second place. You can see on the left side of the screen just how close they are. As they come through 1,000, we'll see the margin much better. It's a full length of open water for Sarasota Crew ahead of, it looks like, TriStar. And then, 4 boats separated by maybe 5 feet after that? Look at what's going on here in this one. As you start to see Oregon Rowing Unlimited starting to motor away from Vero Beach on the left side just a little bit, getting themselves into a solid third place behind TriStar. Continues to be Sarasota Crew. That's about all we know at this point. That's fairly well settled in this race as they come through. As they came through 1,000 meters and they approached 1250. These are straight fours, no coxswain, and so it's 4 sweep rowers. And this is a great boat class. They're very fast boats. It is a coveted boat class at the World Championship and Olympic level. You see Sarasota Crew out in front.
Sarasota Crew comfortably out in front by open water at this point in the race. And David, you were right. Vero Beach out there in lane 1 did have the advantage on Oregon Unlimited in the second 500, but Oregon Unlimited retook that advantage. So now Oregon Unlimited in lane 2 is out ahead of Vero Beach. But it is a very close race that we're having. TriStar is in the mix right there in the lane adjacent to Sarasota, closer to shore. And then there's a very tight race happening between White Marsh and Pacific, with White Marsh appearing to have taken a little bit of the edge that Pacific had on them earlier in the race. It was nearly dead level at that point, but White Marsh has taken advantage of the lead that Pacific had on them through the first portion of, so from 1,000 to about 1,250 meters, that's where White Marsh really took advantage of Pacific. And now getting into approaching this last 500, Sarasota, of course, into the last 500 now, right now, crossing into it. White Marsh will have TriStar as well, crossing the second 500, as well as in lane 2, Oregon Unlimited. So we have a very close race happening now for second place unfolding. Still Sarasota Crew from wire to wire extending their lead. Now we still have this slight following tailwind here, so that's going to help them move even faster. We remarked yesterday about how these straight fours work. You say a coveted boat class. My goodness, it is a boat that moves very fast. It's just as tippy, can be just as tippy, almost feels like it's moving on rails sometimes, almost as tippy as a pair would be, but holy smokes, it moves so much faster without having that coxswain in there. The fact that these young men are steering with their foot, you have to have a steering mechanism attached to your shoe, not unlike a pair might be, but again, moves so fast you have to have that technical dexterity too.
Yeah, or even not steering at all. Some coaches take the steering mechanism out completely from these boats. And then other coaches, as you see with the Sarasota Crew boat, they're going to set it up for the best success to go straight by how they rig it. So you see 2 starboard oars on the same side there, and seats 3 and 2 in that Sarasota Crew boat that's out in front. You see Oregon Rowing Unlimited above them in the picture. As they really start to wind it up, it's Sarasota Crew out in front. Nobody's going to catch them. But look at this race. It's White Marsh, it's Oregon Rowing Unlimited, and it's TriStar that are all really pushing. It's Pacific that are all really pushing. Pacific with a great last 500 meters to really push themselves into the mix, and they may end up taking second place. It's going to come right down to it. White Marsh trying to hang on. Wow. Another photo finish here.
White
Second, third, fourth.
Nudge past TriStar. That is TriStar there in lane 5, and it is White Marsh came back. They did have Pacific had an edge on them earlier on, and White Marsh was able to push past them, which allowed them to push all the way up into both Oregon Unlimited and TriStar for that. But the one clear thing that we know is that Sarasota, by winning the men's Youth 4C final, they are 13th in the country here in this particular event.
So another exciting 8-boat across C final.